Gen-Ave Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Detroit Lions and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette, 75 yards. And the Bucs will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And some room to work. Touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 72 yards. And the Lions are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Brady now to throw. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On first down, Brady. Flushed out right. Airing this one out for Evans. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to get the football back at their own 17.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 2nd down and 4, Goff. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Well, this defense was victimized earlier in this opening quarter, but this time a measure of revenge.
Well, they always tell defenses you have to have a short memory, but I also think it helps if you remember what happens to you before, and now you're able to flip it around. They didn't want to show weakness and let this offense think they could do whatever they want. And they turned things around in that case and picked one off themselves.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Throwing now is Brady.
That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
A gain there of 21 yards.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Now, the offense, they had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker, partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
On now comes the Lion offense. They'll be asked to go for 2 here. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the three-point shot, and people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10
at the 40. Miller in motion right. Play action. Now it's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 59 yards. When he launched that football, I'm guessing he was thinking end zone, but he'll take it. Now they're knocking on the door.
I like the way you can read his thoughts. Think of it from the opposite side of the ball. They thought they had a chance to...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Buccaneers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Succop, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try and run here with Swift. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
On 4th down, Goff. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Chris Godwin, 34 yards. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up. Be caught by St. Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. On 1st and 10, Goff. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted.
picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Bucs will take over here just shy of the 30.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. But now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Going up top for Miller. It got his man complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
The final shot before half for Brady, being chased out left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Once again, it's Swift.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They'll get 17 yards there. And it'll be first down Detroit. They run out of the gun with Swift. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Goff. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on third, Goff. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Rip. 34's a Mike, he's coming, check him. Regular.
Now Brady. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. John Kaminsky. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The sack backs him up, 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one taken in by Otten. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Brady going to go on 4th down. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Brady. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side. Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Going deep this time for Miller. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He'll return it from the 6. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't them help much. Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll get this up to about the 40. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Quick toss by Goff is complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's got it to about the 40. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. One-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an...
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
So now here come the Lions up to go for 2. And he is in for the 2. I still can't believe they went for it, but they've got themselves a lead here late in the ball game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. A few better down a score in the fourth quarter than Tom Brady. This is 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Back to throw, Brady. He completes it to Evans. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Brady to throw. And a dump off to White.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Now Brady. Steps away to his left.
Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
To throw is Brady.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it. And that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Williams. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.